Jeremy. Welcome back to the Slowest WAAAGH, where we are playing Tzeentch. It's turn 39. 39? How do I always do this? Turn 39! We got some stuff going on. Slapping sounds the Lord has claimed the throne of bureaucracy. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, cool. We've done some site searching. Found a Song of Birds. We found a Rockside Spring. That's pretty cool. So that is an earth and a water, and that is another glamour. Really kind of popping off on the glamour side of things. Some more blood hunting. We got 1 blue horror, 3 pink horrors. Take that. 17 secrets left. Unexpected event in Divine Ocean. We get a fire gem and 6 astral pearls. I will take those astral pearls, please and thank you. And then unexpected event in Gwelendon. Population minus 800. Devoured by Vinemen. What? Well, that's not good. Oh no. Oh no. That's several casters. I don't think this is gonna go well for us. Shoot them! I mean, that was very brave of this Marauder Chieftain to actually try to fight for a few seconds, but... oof. No bueno. Alright, well, we lose Gwelendon. And then we finally find the fucking boar in Balcoria. And this one will go in our favor. Easy peasy. So, we win that one. We lose a scout. And the construction in the palisades in Cormark are completed. Cool. So which throne was that? That was the throne of bureaucracy being claimed by Bretonnia. Great. All right, all thrones claimed. Not happy about the 3 and 3 on Khorne and the dwarves. Sadness hero. What are we doing this turn? We are immediately upgrading to a fortress in Cormark. We want to get that done ASAP. And we're building a lab in Stone Grave Mountains so that we can start recruiting a couple Sky Metal Adepts. Cool. And then most of the rest of the stuff is just continuing on with things that we prior discussed. You know, some decently interesting stuff going on there. Moving an army up towards Middenheim to be able to try to, you know, make sure that we have enough power in our northern sphere to be able to handle things, right? We're going to attack Gwelendon, get that back. Now, we don't have a whole lot to attack Gwelendon with, so this could go a little dicey, but I think with the combination, with how we have this set up, right, with the combination of the Chaos Warriors going in, and then hopefully the Chaos Warhounds hitting at an appropriate time, I think we're going to be okay, but this might go poorly. If it does, we have a bunch of Marauders that will be right next to it immediately afterwards. Around and about, we're doing quite a bit of Acolyte recruitment, Cultist recruitment, more chosen. We're spending, what are we spending? 1435 on new commanders, 980 on new units. All that typical jazz. Ooh. I say that. I guess it's all right here. Jeez. Fucking Chosen Knights are so expensive. Chosen Knights are just so expensive. Oh, but it's nice to have them. Other news. We have our first Sanguine Dowsing Rod heading out to the Forest of the Lost. We're making at least one more. Other news. All our Dreamstones are up. So we went up to 951 RP this turn. Pretty big jump. I think we had a jump of like... I think it was about 100 or 120 RP jump. So I think it was pretty decent. So that's pretty exciting. What else do we have going on? We are contacting another Daemon Prince of Tzeentch. Forging our first Dwarven Hammer, which is probably a little late, but we didn't exactly have... We weren't exactly popping off with Earth, so, you know, there's that. With this, right, we've got 8 Earth Gems going on. With this, we should be able to, you know, maybe turn around and make a couple more Earth Boots, and then start using Earth Boots on our... Surely we've got a couple, right? Yeah, we got Earth 1 here. He can start doing Gnome Lores. You know, he can start doing Gnome Lores, that type of stuff. Really try to finish out our site searching, right? We're doing a pretty decent job, but we have gaps here or there, namely gaps primarily around earth and water, although a little bit of air as well. Speaking of which, we are cloud trapezing Village over to Namor. He's gonna, you know, Auspex around in this area. Auspex is just one of those annoying things, right? Like, only having 2 range on that site search spell is kind of frustrating. You know, I wish it wasn't that case. You're not getting, like... Oh, wrong thing. So you've got Auspex, or sorry, you've got Augury and Haruspex. Fire 2, cost 2, 5 provinces, right? Haruspex, cost 2, 3 provinces, which is already like, okay, oof. You get to Auspex, or let's take a look at Gnome Lore. Gnome Lore, same as Haruspex, but costs 1 more, which is kind of like, okay, why are you fucking the Earth there? But Auspex just gets the damn range 2. Range 2 and not through seas. This can actually kind of like fuck you. Which is, it's very annoying, right? So yeah, and it can't go underwater, whereas something like Gnome Lore can go underwater, and Haruspex can go underwater. Augury can't go underwater, but like it's just, or cannot be cast underwater, right? Cannot target underwater provinces. I don't know why Auspex is getting the shaft here. Lowest range, same cost as a lot of the other ones, right? And all the more restrictions. Is just like, WTF, what did Auspex do to you? Anyways, whatever. We've got the air, so we'll figure it out. We'll just have to maneuver people around as we do. We are, you can see again, movements of cultists all around. We are sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 secrets incoming this next turn. So we're starting to come online, right? Still having issue, and this is primarily because there is a throne nearby, but also this province is just surrounded by other Dominion-based provinces. So we're still having an issue of getting our Dominion in Faircliff, which is kind of annoying. But hopefully, as we push our Dominion out, this will end up getting enveloped, right? So, continuing to move people around and preach in specific locations, trying to kind of really firm up our borders, fill out our candles, flood the surrounding lands with our Dominion. Construction will be done. Construction 6 will be done this turn, and we should only need... I want to say... No, we're probably going to need... Yeah, no, we should only need 2 more turns after that to hit Construction 7. So we should hit Construction 7 on turn 42. When that happens, we'll probably do a big dump of lightless lanterns, which should mean that on turn 43 we'll be able to have I think we'll be close to like 1300 or 1400 research speed at that point. Because we'll be continuing to recruit acolytes the entire time as well. So I think we're really starting to hit that threshold of popping off. The thing is I don't want to just play greedy for too terribly long. So immediately after we do Construction 7, I've been kind of trying to figure out where do we want to go from there. I think alt is probably the realistic approach. I don't think we're gonna have enough blood online to really like try to full sail throw ourselves into blood at that point. But alt, we can definitely get up to the point of, probably just run all the way up to 8 and get there in a handful of turns and have access to Army of Mist, have access to Marble Warriors, have access to Army of Shades, and resistance buffs and things like that. So probably that will be the goal, and we'll probably try to coincide that with, I don't know, maybe attacking one of the elves, because we don't want to chill out for too long. But at the same time, right, we're kind of in that realm where a lot of the world isn't really at war right now. People are done with first wars. Some people have tried to start second wars, or have failed for first wars or pieced out of first wars and then have tried a second war. There's a little bit of poking and prodding going on right now, but a lot of stuff has either been rebuffed or people are just like teching up. So on one hand, I don't want to languish, but on the other hand, I don't necessarily want to be the first person to jump into the new round of wars, because that can paint a target on your back, right? Like if you're already a 2-cap nation and other people, there are no 3-cap nations, right? There almost was. Bretonnia was almost a 3-cap nation, but there are no 3-cap nations. There's only 2-cap nations. So being the first person that's kind of like pushing towards like a 3rd cap or something like that could be problematic and paint a target on your back. So I'm kind of doing this dance, trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do. Also trying to figure out if we're going to try to go for anything else. Unfortunately, our paths just aren't great. Either our paths just aren't great in any particular thing, for like a global, right? Or our paths are great in one particular global, but our income is not especially good for that global. And Stellar Focus is already up. That would probably be the thing that I would have tried to have gone for, is Stellar Focus. I don't know that there's anything else that we're super reasonably interested in. Not really interested in Arcane Decree. Not really interested in Strands of Power. Wrath of God is problematic. Arcane Nexus, I don't think we're fucking getting to. And if we even got to it, I don't think anyone would let us keep it up. I think that would absolutely be a scenario of people being like, okay, time to join powers, and say nay to that. And with things like disenchantment this day and age, I think it's way easier to take down those types of situations when you're working with a group. So yeah, I don't know that even if we had the astral income, that there's something that we would really go for super hard there. So kind of up in the air right now as to exactly what we will be doing, but most likely it's going to be finish Conjuration in a couple turns, then start running alt, and just keep teching, keep pushing our Dominion, take the time while we're teching to start setting up boosters and plans for the future there. And then pick a war. Nagaron, potentially. Athel Loren is bigger than Nagaron, so that in and of itself is a threat. Dealing with Athel Loren in their forest is also something that I'm not super interested in doing. That being said, it does look like we are pushing Athel Loren Dominion-wise better. This province was, I believe, at 4 candles last turn, down to 2 this turn, and we didn't have multiple last turn. We have it this turn. So that all is, you know, that could mean going for Athel Loren being the play. If we get, you know, Dominion in a good portion of their territory, then that could be the go. But I'm also trying to keep in mind, right, the concept of how the fuck do we win this game? Right? Like, if we push on this side for Athel Loren, that's 2 thrones. Or that's the throne that Bretonnia holds. So pushing Athel Loren doesn't really net us a throne, right? They're not currently holding any. Pushing Nagaron doesn't also either net us a throne, because this is Itza, and then this is Bretonnia, right? So the only other option there is the thrones that the dwarves. So we're gonna have to fight the dwarves eventually. But realistically, right, like, we wouldn't want to fight the dwarves now, because even if we were to win against the dwarves, everyone would be like, oh, Tzeentch has won. It would be, I think, probably an insane slugfest and take us absolutely forever. And probably we would just be dead. But even if we did win, that would be 5 thrones at that point that we would be holding, and everyone else in the game would immediately turn on us. And we would be bordering pretty much everyone in the game at that point in at least some way, shape, form, or fashion. I think, right, like, well, maybe not. So we'd have Nagaron, Itza, or Nagaron, Nehekara, Itza. We'd have Athel Loren, and then it would be kind of like portions in here are Bretonnia. So I guess we wouldn't technically be bordering Khorne, but I'm sure they would find a way to get that. That is to say, I'm not exactly sure how we're progressing to try to win this game, but realistically, it's probably take on one of the elves. And while that doesn't get us a throne from them, it does put us in range for thrones from other individuals. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I think that's probably the end of this turn. Pretty chill turn. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.